here today as we are live on the first ever Cooking with Uncle Bob today. And what we're making today is one of my favorite treats that when I was a kid growing up, my mother made me, was steak fingers. Now what we're going to do, guys, right here, this is a piece of cube steak. We got it right here. Now this is how I do it. You can do it any way you want to do it, but I'm just showing you how we make good homemade cube steak with our own seasoning rubs. Uncle Bob's steak rub is what we're using today, but we also got a pork barbecue and butt rub right there. That's very excellent for barbecues and everything like that. But what we do first, guys, this was my mama's favorite, my favorite thing growing up as a kid was steak fingers. I love them. Well, homemade fries, well, nothing like it, guys. And this just takes me back to my childhood, to me when I was a kid, and it just brings back tears and great joys and great memories. But let's get this thing started here. What you're going to do is get a meat hammer. You're just going to pound the meat out just a little bit on both sides. I do the big side, then I come back and pound it with a little bitty side. Basically, we're just tenderizing the meat a little bit. And that's all we're doing. It's tenderizing the meat a little bit. And there you go, it's tenderized. So it's a good looking piece of meat. Now what we do is we cut them up into strips. And you're going to see, I'm going to lay them on this plate here so you can see them. The little bitty strips. Now the ends will be a little bit shorter, but they get a little bit bigger as we go. Cut them to your likings. That's how I like them. And we just keep cutting till we get them all done. Okay. So we're cutting them up. There we go, steak fingers. A great meal. Kids will love them, man. I promise you they will love them. There we go. We got one more to cut up. And it's right down the middle there. And we are done. That is our steak fingers. Now, what do we do next? We're going to slide this out of the way for a second. Okay. Well, what do we do now? Well, here's what we do now. This is a bacon rack. You can get them at Walmart or anywhere you need to. And I take them and I line them up like this on this little rack here. Okay. Just line them up. This is my favorite thing, guys. I'm excited about this. I love these little steak fingers. They're great and they're awesome. You just line them up now. Okay, like this. You take your Uncle Bob's steak rub, okay? And you lightly coat them. You don't have to coat them much, just lightly. Because it's going to be seasoning in here and seasoning in our flour. Okay? I left that one out. And just let it sit here a minute. Kind of let it hang out for about 5 minutes. Now we're going to go on and flip ours. Flip them over. 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 Okay? And we're going to lightly cover them on that side. Now you see, they look real good. Well, they look real good in season. I'll show you this little one. They're real good in season, okay? We kind of slide them off to the side. We let them hang out. And they're hanging out there for a little while saying, hey, man. All right, well, what we do is we come back in here and we put a little bit of rub in our flour. Okay, that's up to your choice. Taste it if you want to. I just kind of guess it. You know. Whew. And you just sit here and you stir it in your flour. Boy, am I making a mess. And if you'd like to get these seasoning and rubs, you can go to our Facebook page, Uncle Bob's Rubs and Sauces. Pepper got up my nose, guys. Okay, we stir this up. Well, you see I'm over here making a mess, guys. But I ain't profane to be the cleanest person in the world here because I'm cooking. I'll set this up out of the way. Now, what we do, we take our little steak fingers and we're going to roll them around. We're just going to put them all in there and we're going to make them happy. Happy, happy steak fingers. Happy, happy steak fingers. Yes, sir, we're gonna make them happy. We're just rolling them around in self-rising flour. That's all you gotta get is some self-rising flour, guys. And we're just gonna roll them. We're gonna roll them. All right? And then we're gonna pull them back out and we're gonna set them on this little tray right there. And then we're gonna move on to the third phase, and then we'll move on to the final phase. But if you'd like to get any of our rubs and sauces, like I said, go to Facebook, Uncle Bob's Rubs and Sauces, and you'll find us. And we got a steak seasoning and a button rub seasoning right now. Got a chicken coming out with, a hot dog sauce, and a whole lot more. But I said, hey, why don't we have a show cooking with Uncle Bob? So here I am, we're cooking with Uncle Bob right here tonight or today, whatever time it is, wherever you're at. And we're cooking the favorite things that I loved as a kid when I was coming up. Okay, you see, that's what they should look like, finished product. And if you need to add a little, well, left one out. Get over there, buddy. You want to add a little bit more flour on the top just to be safe? You can do that too. Some more flour, the better it is. All right, guys. Now we're fixing to move over here to phase 3 on the cooking, guys. And we're going to talk to you about what did I cook them in. Well, we'll cook them in canola oil or any type of oil that you like. But we're going to do ours to canola. So I'm going to head over here and get it all fired up and come join me as we finish up these Aunt Helen's famous steak fingers. I said stink fingers, didn't I? I meant steak fingers. My mom would be mad at me. She'd been on want me up and down with a branch. But, you know, just little things that bring you back home and give you great memories. So, guys, just hang tight. All right, guys, we're back to the part with the oil here. Now, I'm going to show you a little trick here to how to tell if your oil's hot enough or not. These are wood skewers, and you stick it in the wood, you stick it in there like that. And if it boils, it's ready to cook. You see it? It's boiling. So that's how you tell if your oil's hot. Little tip trick right there. You just take this old joker right here with these old tongs, and you lay them down in there. You see it cooking? Oh yeah, they're cooking. We're gonna lay another one down in there. Now if you got a bigger batch, you're gonna use a bigger pan. But we're just making a small batch because that's what we're doing. Now what you do is you just let them cook, flip it over. Oh, we're going to try to get this last one in this pan, if it'll fit. Come on in here. It's tight, it's tight. You want it not too hot, but you want it in between. And what we're going to do is just let it cook for a minute on each side. A little bit more than a minute. I'm going to clean up right here. Clean my mess up that I made. Alright, we're going to let them cook for a few minutes. And we're going to take them. And we're going to flip them over. See, they're starting to get a little brown on that side. Already. Everybody, seen a lot of people yesterday at Wetumpka because they did the home and garden show here in Wetumpka. They've been filming it, and a lot of people down there yesterday at the little flea market they do at the city bought a lot of my rub, and they was asking me about cooking. And I told them I was going to do a little cooking demo, a cooking show on YouTube, and they was excited about it. And they said, hey, where'd I go do that at? I said, you go look on Harmon Farms, or you go look Uncle Bob's Sauces and Rubs. And check us out there. And they was excited, guys. And I'm excited too, man. This is my first show I've ever done, which all you can see is my hand right now, and I'm talking. But, you know, I'm excited. I'm going to pull one out. I'm going to flip it again. Let it get a little bit more browner. You see they're starting to brown up. I flip it anywhere between 2 or 3 times. Because some are thicker and some will cook faster and some won't. But guys, we'll be coming up here in about 5 minutes. And it'll be yum yum in the tum-tum. All right, we are back. I told you I'd bring them over here to the plate and show them to y'all. Look here. These are great little steak fingers. Your kids will love them. You know, they're different sizes. It's hard to get them all the same size because cube steak is a little different, a little finicky. But what I like to do, man, is I put them on a plate. Put a couple of them on there. And it's going to be some mighty fine. I'm going to show you this. Watch this. Knife cut right through there. You see how tender that is? You put that in some ketchup. Boy, it's hot. Not spicy hot, but hot. Woo! But they sure are tender and good. And I promise you, called Aunt Helen Steak Fingers. I'm gonna make me a cookbook one day and put these recipes in here, man. It's just simple. That's some good eating right there. Giving some more ketchup. Or whatever sauce you like. But guys, pick up your Uncle Bob's butt rub, rib rub. Hey, get that last bite in there, guys. And grab you a bottle of steak seasoning. Done it. As my dad would say, and my mom, I love her peacefully, she's in heaven. This is awesome.